And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, in today's video, as always, we are going to be going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. That includes the huge Inacio to Liverpool news as a twist has emerged. We'll discuss that, of course, a bit later on, but let's start off with this one. Robertson is excited for a new challenge under Liverpool boss Arne Slot and has urged Reds fans to be open-minded. Former Feyenoord manager Slot officially succeeded Jurgen Klopp at the beginning of this month following the German's emotional farewell. Robertson was a key figure in Klopp's hugely successful 9-year reign but is keen to move forward. He said, "I haven't spoke to Slot yet. I think he's leaving us to focus on the Euros. It's an exciting new challenge. Obviously the old era was pretty special and I've got a lot to be thankful for that manager, but obviously excited now by the new manager coming in, new ideas, new voice, and I'm really excited for what can come with that. I've got no doubts we can keep the momentum going. From all reports we've had, the manager's very good and I can't wait to see what's happening up close." Succeeding such a successful and popular figure will be a huge challenge for the 45-year-old Dutchman. Klopp ended his farewell speech at Anfield by leading the crowd in the chant of Slot's name, and Robertson said, "For the fans, you have to be open-minded. The last 8-9 years was pretty special. Maybe there's going to be a bit into the unknown, but it has to be exciting. The squad's in a very good place, and we have a good season last season. Yes, it could have been a bit more, but the aim at the start of the campaign was just to get back into the Champions League, and we ended up with a trophy as well. So you have to take that as a positive. Klopp has left the club in a really good place, so now we have to move forward. The manager will come in and he will recruit a really good squad, and I'm sure he'll want to bring in some new faces as well. We have to go again. We showed for large parts of last season we could challenge for the league, and that has to be the aim. The manager has won trophies before and he'll want that feeling again. We've got to be our best and try and achieve that. It's also a period of adjustment for the players, but Robertson is determined to leave the reflections for another day. He stated, "When I'm old and retired, I will look back on fond memories and so many good times, and it wouldn't have been possible without Jurgen Klopp. But hopefully there is still more good times with club and country. I'm very appreciative for what he did for me, for my family, for the whole club, and obviously he made our dreams come true." So there you go. Of course, Robertson is the latest player to come out and discuss and talk about the new manager. Of course, everyone fairly optimistic and is fairly excited with regards to our new manager Arne Slot. Of course, Robertson was involved in the game against Gibraltar yesterday as Scotland prepare, and they will be playing the first Euros game on the 14th of June against the hosts Germany. Now moving on guys, Xabi Alonso has elaborated on his decision to turn down the offer to become Liverpool's head coach in favour of staying in charge of Bayer Leverkusen. Alonso was widely considered the front runner to succeed Jurgen Klopp until at the end of March he pledged his ongoing commitment to Bayer Leverkusen. Leverkusen went on to win the Bundesliga title and the DFB Pokal in a campaign that saw them lose just once, that of course being to Atalanta in the Europa League final. Liverpool subsequently hired Slot as their new head coach, but there remains some supporters still hoping for Alonso to eventually take the job. Speaking to CNN in a wide-ranging interview after his historic season at Leverkusen, Alonso explained his decision to reject overtures from Anfield and reaffirmed that "My bond with Liverpool is still there." He said, "All these decisions you need to think through. You need to really think about them. And it was more about I had not what I'm missing. For sure, my bond for Liverpool is there and it's still there. So there's not any kind of issue with that." Asked directly whether he held talks with Fenway Sports Group, Alonso replied, "That's kind of behind the curtains. Behind the curtains is of course a polite way of suggesting talks did take place, though those appeared to have been more exploratory from Liverpool's point of view." Alonso is claimed to have plans to eventually managed two of his former clubs in Liverpool and Real Madrid, but he is determined to take that next step at his own pace. That is certainly admirable, with the assertion that the decision to stay at Leverkusen was more about what I had, one that many young managers could really learn from. Making the jump to Liverpool and failing at this stage of his career would be a major blow for Alonso and could be said, for example, for Chelsea's new head coach, Enzo Maresca. Now though, the emphasis will be on Slot's new era at Anfield and hopefully a legacy as impactful as the manager manager who came before him. So, of course, Alonso there speaking out about, of course, the links to Liverpool. At one point, we did believe he was going to be our next manager. However, that didn't come to surface. But I don't know. I think a lot of people have a sneaky suspicion that Carlo Ancelotti is going to be retiring soon. And Real Madrid, as they do with players, have probably groomed him and said, hang in there, do well, and you'll come to Real Madrid after Ancelotti goes. So that's probably what's going on with regards to that. Now, again, right, let's get to the main story, guys. A twist has emerged, and it's always conflicting, isn't it? It's conflicting within the Liverpool space sometimes this time around. Now, I say there's three sort of journalists that we kind of really listen to. It's Paul Joyce, David Ornstein, and Fabrizio Romano. But I do see some supporters, some fans, don't really like Fabrizio Romano that much. But basically, David Lynch, who's a very, I think he's an inside Liverpool source, very reputable to be fair in his own way, has came out and stated a counter-argument to Fabrizio Romano's claim yesterday. Of course, Fabrizio Romano stated yesterday Goncalo Inacio will be a target for Liverpool going into the summer transfer window. However, he has basically came out and stated that Liverpool are not considering a move for Sporting Club de Portugal's centre-back Goncalo Inacio this summer. This is very interesting indeed, because look, Fabrizio Romano, look, I'm not going to say that, well, some people will say it was a tab merchant, but usually what he says usually does come true 90% of the time. And if he came out with such a big story like that yesterday, that Liverpool are interested, it's very interesting that David Lynch has came out and kind of counteracted it literally 24 hours later and stated that Inacio does not feature on Liverpool's list of potential targets at centre-back, and stated instead the latest links are thought to be an attempt to generate interest in a player who has been long touted as Premier League bound. So what David Lynch is trying to say is that basically Fab Romano is essentially on the books. We're trying to drum up interest in Inacio as a player, and that could be agent fees or the player themselves, from the player himself camp, getting Fabrizio to come out with that sort of story, which again, I do think Fabrizio is very reputable, but some people would say his integrity has been called into question as of late, and I suppose this is what David Lynch is trying to assume there, basically, a state that they're trying to drum up interest in him, and have said that he isn't feature on Liverpool's list, which I do think is an interesting one as well, because Inacio is available for 60 million euros this summer, and certainly would be a player that would fit that left-sided centre-back role, and I think would take us to the next level. But again, conflicting opinions at this moment in time. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Fabrizio Romano says that we are interested. David Lynch, other inside sources say that we're not interested and the player doesn't feature on our list. Either way, we'll have to wait and see if we get any more news from. But there you go, Liverpool fans. And that's all I've got for you guys. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all next time. Take care. Peace.